The CSI is a 5-year integrated parenting support program established by the Bernard Van Leer Foundation in 2002. It operates under the aegis of CARICAD in Barbados, where it reaches out into the Eastern Caribbean. Its major aim is to get child upbringing and parenting issues on the regional agenda. As such, it is responding to a Caribbean Plan of Action, a policy and strategy document which was endorsed by all governments in 1997. The plan identified major deficiencies in the early childhood development landscape.
There's some very good parenting and early childhood development programs in the Caribbean. However, we felt that there were a number of issues that could be addressed by the Caribbean Support Initiative. The first being that of quality, where in fact access was being provided, quality was often compromised by the lack of government resources or the lack of coordination and facilitation to ensure that the requisite enabling environment was provided. The second, of course, was that of access in itself. Very often where services existed, they were not known by many or could not be reached by those that needed the services most, namely the poorest and the youngest in our societies. And the third concern was that of knowledge. Program planners and policymakers very often did not have the requisite knowledge and understanding of how children are being reared in the home environment. So very often assumptions were being made about how programs should be designed to meet the needs of at-risk children and their families. And CSI's programming was therefore designed primarily to respond to these identified deficiencies.
With the introduction of the Caribbean, so launching the Caribbean Support Initiative, we have been able to move away from the single project approach and began working more on a programmatic basis. The programmatic basis basically means that you are able to achieve synergy in what you do, mobilize all the support that we give actually to tackle the same set of issues. Second is that we can establish different kinds of partnerships at different levels, including UNICEF, the Caribbean Development Bank, and UNESCO. We are able to multiply the effects of our work. Good models that we have ever introduced, that we have piloted in the region, we can bring them to other countries, so we get more value for money.
From the onset, CSI was characterized by both a participatory planning process and a commitment and buy-in from a wide range of local and regional stakeholders, governments, NGOs, communities, and donor agencies. This has enabled CSI to use existing infrastructure, build partnerships, leverage funding, and gradually extend its institutional base.